What's up, everybody? It's Aaron, also known as AA Ron. And I started doing some thinking about this, and I probably haven't posted this video. But seeing how the dematards, the lying liberals, love to push for mandatory minimum wage. If that's the route you guys want to go, and I know you guys have been pushing this for years, you've been changing the numbers, cost of living and so forth. But the average American can't survive with the rhetoric you guys are pushing. Yeah, you raise the minimum wage, but then people cut their hours. You raise the cost of gas and everything else, but you can't pay your bills if you're living off of minimum income. So this is what I'm going to advise to you. You guys keep pushing this. I think we should advise a new law. We the people, since technically you work for us. Excuse me. You need to get paid the same amount of money we get paid. Now, my original plan was to implement that you take the average from your area. So let's just say if you're the governor of California, you take everybody's pay into consideration, even the illegals, since you want to allow them to live here, and you say their vote counts, their taxes count. Even if they're making $2 an hour, even if someone who's working at a restaurant who's making probably $4 an hour, before taxes, before tips, excuse me, I should apologize, before tips, and every other company, and I don't mean by going hourly rate. I want you guys to go by what their tax returns show. So if you got one person whose name is John and you got another one named Felipe, and they're both working at Target, and Felipe makes $15 an hour and John's making $27.90, I want you to take their tax return at the end of the year, because for all I know, Felipe, who's making probably $15 an hour, is probably working 1 day a week, 4 hours, while John's probably working 3 days a week, 3 hours. I want you to take those actual numbers, put them all together. Everybody else, I don't care about the celebrities and so forth. I want their regular pay before stocks, because I know you guys will throw that in there. Oh, they're worth $50 billion. No. That's what they created, not what they're making per year on a regular job. Take stocks out of the whole loop, because you guys do anyways. You don't really tax it. Find out what the average is for that entire state, and whatever the people get paid, you get paid hourly. And you'll get paid the hours you work. So if you only work 6 months out of the year, then and you only work 8 hours a day, then guess what? That's what you're going to get paid. Or if you want to push the whole $15 an hour minimum, then guess what? All of you guys should get paid $15 to start. And that's the other thing, is you should not, and even Gavin dumbass Newsom gave himself a raise. No more. I don't think any of you guys should give yourself a raise. I think we the people should give you your raise, because technically, again, you work for us. How much work have you actually done? We want to see the receipts, Gavin. And to the mayors and to you and to the assemblymen, all the other people, we want to see fucking receipts of what you do. I don't want to hear, oh, I saved us thousands of dollars. Okay, but how much are you pocketing? Lots of us do that. And I had an ex-wife who used to love to do that. She says, sweetie, I need help with groceries. Okay, so you're going to pay half? Yes. I gave her a $100 bill and she didn't come home with any change. I figured, okay, so she put in another $100, but no, she didn't. When I saw the receipt, it showed she spent $75 on groceries, so she put $25 of my money into her pocket. So I said, well, if I give you $100, you're going to pay half, I'm going to pay half, $75, it'd be $37.50. Sorry, more than I apologize. No, I'm about right. So, where's the rest of my money? You know what she tells me? Oh, I put the $25 in gas in my car. Oh, so that's what we're doing now. So you didn't save me any money. You just found a way to put money back into your pocket. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. When you're going to save me money, I want my change, even if it's 1 penny. Let's just say I make a penny an hour a day. A penny an hour for the rest of the year. That adds up after a while. To you, it might not be much, but to the regular Joe Schmo, that's enough to get by. That's enough for a hot dog and a drink at a nice baseball game. That's something. But yeah, this is what I believe should change. And I know some people are going to say, hey, Aaron, you're going off the handles here. You're going crazy. You're going ballistic. I want that job. Well, then go try to apply to become a governor. Fight for it. Show me something. Show me why I should vote for you. I didn't vote for Gavin. And I know lots of people who didn't either, so I'm thinking he rigged the election, they rigged it for him as well, and that's why he's in that seat. And if that's the case too, then wow, we got a really screwed up state. Which we already know it's fucked already. Excuse me. But with that being said, I mean, if you guys are going to work part-time, then you should get part-time employment benefits as well. If you're not doing the full 36 hours a week, then you shouldn't get insurance either. You should pay for your own, just like everyone else does. Get California Care. You know, you guys have your head so far up your ass, you don't know what it's like to be a regular person. You couldn't walk, like they used to say, you couldn't walk a mile in my shoes. Motherfucker, you couldn't walk 2 feet in my shoes. I know for a fact Gavin Newsom could never do my job. Ever in a million years. Even if he studied the book. Even if his grandpa taught him. Which we already know he didn't. Taught him how to be a con artist, though. Taught him how to be a liar and a screw-up. Just like his auntie over there, who's an alcoholic. Yeah, you know that fruit doesn't fall far from that tree. So again, like I'm mentioning, we need to implement this to our government officials. By the way, in case you guys didn't know this, they used to not get paid years ago. They used to work for free. They had a regular job, but they got paid, and they did this as a side hustle. Now they consider it a career. Shouldn't be a career. And it should be term limits on a lot of them. Especially the lawyers that they hire. And all the people that come in. And it shouldn't be selected by them either. It should be selected by us, the people. Who represent us, the people. Who have our interests at heart. Not theirs. And these laws that are created, no. You should allow us to put them on the books and then allow us to vote for them. Even if it's against whatever you think. Like these gun laws, for instance, I know for a fact probably 70% of the state will flip it on Gavin and everybody else. Bring all this shit back. We understand no full automatics. I don't have an issue with that. But for you to restrict which guns I can and can't have, that are probably 10 times safer than the ones you're allowing me to buy now, and then limiting me how much I can have in my magazine, people, I'm going to tell you right now, they're not limiting the magazine capacity because they don't want you to defend yourself against an enemy coming in. It was because the issues they have had against people who fought them. There was a shooting that happened in LA, I forget what year it was, and the guys had full body armor. The cops were outmanned and outgunned, and those guys, yeah, did have automatics. They had 9mm handguns, which is by far not my gun of choice. Wonderful. The 92 FS Beretta is a masterpiece. But it's not an everyday carry that I would have. And if I was a police officer, I understand why they carry it. Less recoil, very accurate, 16 rounds, one in the chamber. Okay. Or one in the pipe, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I get that. But what if I want a 40 caliber or a 45 caliber with 15 rounds in the magazine and one in the chamber. Shouldn't I have that option as well? Oh no, you want me to be outgunned in case you want to come and cause tyranny in my house. You want to have your 3 or 4 officers out there who could probably take 4 or 5 rounds to the chest because they're wearing body armor. Let's just say I shoot 4 into each officer. There's 8 bullets, only leaves me 2 left. Now you're probably going to say, oh, damn, you're talking about killing cops. No, I'm talking about protecting my home from a tyrannical government. I would never go out and cause harm to anybody, ever. But I do have the right to defend myself, just like all of you do as well. If you caught me half naked, fucking drugged out of my mind, alcohol on my breath, ravaging through your home or trying to cause harm to you, and I don't belong there, by all means, do what you need to do to put me down or to make sure I'm okay. That's all I ask. But in respective to this, I don't think these government officials should get paid excess amount of money. I don't think we should put a dollar sign on it anymore, like I said. We shouldn't tell them, oh, you're going to get paid $200,000 a year, you're going to get write-offs for this and that, and you could talk to these people. And that's the other thing. If you allow them to work for as much as we get paid, excuse me, they're going to rethink that. And that's the other thing, is if they're going to do side jobs with some of these companies and they're going to get paid under the table, then by all means, we should be able to sue them. Take our money back, since they're actually supposed to work for us and not for these third parties. Like working for the OSHA, possibly, or these unions, special interests. They shouldn't get a dollar from them. They shouldn't contribute to them either and allow them to play with that money. I know the rules are, oh, well, they might need it for campaign money. Well, what about the little man? Maybe there should be a pot that every single one of these companies puts into, and they don't get to choose where the money gets to go to. And it gets divided evenly by as many people that want to run. So say you put $2 billion into the pot. Well, guess what? There's $2 billion for those people to play with. Say there's 200 people running for the job. You can do the math. Let everybody get equal opportunity. You guys say, let's be equal. Then let's be equal. Not one person gets more when they're not in the interest of us. They're in the interest of their best friend. That's not legit. That's not good at all. That is not helpful for anyone. And I know people are going to say, oh, now you're screwing up the presidency, you're screwing up this, you're screwing up that. No, I'm not actually. I'm making it equal across the board. There's your write-off because you wanted to contribute for a congressman or whatever it is you're attempting to help. But guess what? You don't get to choose who it is. It just goes into a pot. And whatever's money's left over goes back to the people, or maybe goes to help out one of those businesses that, you know, said we were going to fix or finish and they didn't get done, like, let's say, streets of potholes. Maybe shit like that. That way the money's not wasted. Maybe to help with funeral costs. There's all kinds of things this can go to. But for you to waste our money and allow certain people to make buku bucks beyond their wildest dreams, no. And the insider trading shit too, that really needs to be addressed. Because you know what's funny is Martha Stewart served time for insider trading, but she did the exact same thing a lot of you politicians do, and you admit to it. So how much time did she do in prison? Maybe you should do the same amount. Maybe you lose all your power. You'd be stripped of all of your power. Nancy Pelosi, Dianne Feinstein. There's quite a few other ones out there who did this shit. I think all of you should lose everything you have for that. All of your stocks as well should be divided and sold off, because that's illegal. You told us it is. So stand by it. If it's illegal for us, it's illegal for you. And here's my other thing. If it's so illegal for us, You set the rules and the standards. You should be held to the highest accountability. So if say you put Martha Stewart in there for 10 years, then you should do 30. You got a problem with it? Then don't do your job and don't create these laws. If it's okay for you to do, it should be okay for everyone else to do. Excuse me. I'm tired of this nonsense where, oh, but we're different. No. No, you're not. You don't pay for your insurance. We do. You don't pay for your security. We do. Probably most of the bills you have in your house, they're write-offs. You get to take nice, luxurious vacations. Lots of us don't. Some Americans don't even go on vacation once a year. Some go on a vacation once every few years. Only the lucky few get to go on vacations. And even then, most of the times they're just cheap, quick, easy vacations because some companies won't allow them to take more than 2 weeks. But yet you're allowed to be on vacation for a month. That needs to change too, because if corporate America won't allow the average everyday American to take more than 2 weeks of vacation, then neither should you. And same thing to those CEOs and everything else. If you're going to create those laws, you fuckfaces, stand by them. I don't see too many of you that sit there and go, oh yeah, you're right, I need to abide by my own rules. No, you guys are fucking douchebags. Well, in our employee handbook, yeah, you wrote it, you must have signed it, so why don't you stand by it? Oh, but I'm different. No, you're not. What makes you different than me? Now, granted, I know there are some companies, the owner created the business because they did it themselves. But then again, they create other laws for themselves that they won't allow their employees to have. No. No. You cannot tell me it's an equal opportunity company then. You can't. You need to take that off the books. Because if you're allowing yourself to do something that I can't do, that's not equal opportunity. It's just not. All right, these are my food for thought. Say what you want, comment what you want, downvote, upvote, I don't care. These are things I like to get off my chest. These are conversations I have with certain people, and I know I agitate some people, and honestly, these are the conversations that should be brought up. These are things that should be talked about. Not,
What are you having for lunch? What are you hungry for?
how about let's correct some of the nonsense? Peace.